was a John Anderson country singer. I saw him at WeFest one year. Maybe the worst performance I ever saw at WeFest, to be honest. He just sat on a stool with his guitar, didn't move ever. It was like a statue. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, I could be listening to a CD and it would have the same effect. Anyway, Jim Pagel is with us. Jim, I'm so honored to have you in our studios.
Well, thank you.
And of course, Julie Fox, who's the co-chair of the Community Thanksgiving Day Dinner with
Laura McCulley. For second year in a row, Laura has been a great helpful for it.
And she couldn't be with us, unfortunately.
No, she could not be with us
She
today.
drafted Jim.
I drafted. He was a good recruit.
Yeah. Well, he's been doing this maybe longer than you or I.
Yes, he has been. He might
When
have
did
been.
you start, Jim? Do you remember? Did you start the first year, 1986?
No, it was in the 90s. They were at, and I think it was the first year that they were at the high school.
Okay.
And
they've been at McNamara's.
Yep.
It was McNamara's Boxers now.
Right.
I was trying to remember this for our website.
Sure.
in middle school.
Then the middle school, then the high school,
Yeah.
and now the Legion.
Yeah, now the Legion, yeah.
So I've been at all those venues.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been at all those venues?
No, I've only been involved 9 years. Jerry Halati and Mel, the original inventors, we could call it, of this, they approached me and I said, you know, I could help out. Faribault's been good to me. I can be good to it.
Right. And Jim, you've kind of been in charge of the whole turkey thing, right?
Yeah, when I first started, it was in the cleanup and that, because of working for the Burnsville School District, I understand what was going on at the high school. When they moved down to American Legion, Jerry Howard saw me and he said, rather than fix it and keep the stuff running, how did you come in? I'm getting old. I need somebody that knows how to run ovens and that. And so when the first year at the American Legion is it's when I started.
Oh, okay. Jerry Heyer started with the turkeys.
Jerry Heyer started with the turkeys,
Yeah,
yes.
the
Yep.
Great Jerry Heyer.
Jerry Heyer.
What
In
a
fact,
classic
Jerry's the
guy.
one that was the other good recruiter of me, wondering if I could help him when he was getting older, to help him make turkey sandwiches. And as many people know, I am not a chef. And I said, I bet you I could make some sandwiches with you. And so Jerry Heyer and I always joked about that. We need some Miracle Whip, not plain just butter. We need Miracle butter, a piece of cheese, some pickles maybe. But it's still a good sandwich the way we have it.
Oh, I'm sure it is. There's something about turkey, for me anyway, it tastes better when it's left over.
It is, and that's why with our dinner, you can come to the Legion and have a sit-down dinner, or we have deliveries. And then also, everybody, if you have a delivery or you eat at the Legion, you can bring a cold sandwich and a piece of pie and an apple that you can have later in the day, or if you want to wait till Friday, you can do that too.
There's all kinds of ways that people can help.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
You don't necessarily have to come down and peel potatoes.
No.
Or carve turkeys, or mash potatoes, or slice up the potato little chunks that become mashed.
Yep.
You don't have to necessarily do that, right?
You
Or
can do
deliver
anything
meals.
you want. And that's what we're here for. This is a volunteer. And again, everybody that knows me knows I'm going to say that it's a compliment to Faribault that they have got, that the public comes. This is just, there's no sign-up sheet.
Yeah.
It's just walk in the door, and how wonderful it is that for Thanksgiving that anybody can come, and it's open to the public. This isn't any type of down. This is a beautiful white cloth dinner.
Everybody's invited.
Everybody's
You don't
invited.
have to be low income or
No.
anything like that. Everybody's invited. I know in past years when there was a snowstorm, I recall one year specifically down at McNamara's, the old McNamara's, I couldn't get home for Thanksgiving, which is where I always went, down in Spring Valley at the folks, so I ate at the community Thanksgiving dinner. It was awesome. But we're going to do a little more reminiscing, going down memory lane and telling you more about how you can get involved in this year's community Thanksgiving Day dinner. It's an incredible event. Like Jim says, there's no sign-up sheet. People just show up. Where else do you find that? People just show up. That's what Jim Pagel, they're involved in the Faribault Community Thanksgiving Day dinner. Before I engage a conversation again with them, I want to plug tomorrow's show. Mark Paddock will be with us. He's in charge of the building program at South Central College that they resurrected. Remember, it was such a terrific program out at South Central, and then the economy kind of went in the tank. Nobody was building anything, so nobody decided to use that as a career. It probably made a little sense. So then the program died for lack of enrollment, and now they brought it back. When Dr. Parker came in, became the president of South Central, that's one of the first things she looked at and said, we got to resurrect this program, and was able to convince Mark Paddock to come back. So we'll talk to him tomorrow about his terrific program. They've started up again. He's got some openings, I do believe, but we'll find out specifically tomorrow on our AM Minnesota show. Looking forward to that. Next Wednesday, by the way, Jerry will be visiting with the head of the Turkey Association, Turkey Growers Association. He does that every year, and we get some tips on how to cook that turkey. You cook a turkey at home, Jim, too?
Oh yes, oh yes.
So you cook at the Thanksgiving meal for the community, and then you cook at home.
Well, I like turkey, and we Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Normally, with Thanksgiving Day, I don't get home until about 2 o'clock or 2:30 in the afternoon. So by that time, I've had enough. I've had enough turkey, so that's it. But like I said, no, we do. I like. Everybody should know that knows me knows I like turkey.
Do you marinate it in anything?
Yes.
You don't want to tell me like
No. No. All of us that cook that way, we don't tell what our marinades are.
What do you think of that, huh, Julie?
I've never had a turkey in my oven, so.
Ever?
I'm not quite sure. Let's talk about something else.
No, that's fine. Well, you know what I like to do?
What's that?
In all seriousness, I don't get turkeys either. I like those turkey roasts.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And they're easy, and for one single person, it's good.
See, with Pat and I, that's the same thing. You're looking, here it's the largest turkey you can find. When I go looking for a turkey, it's a smaller one for just the two of us, and of course the dog gets her part too. But no, turkey is wonderful. And it's easy to use and easy to reuse.
Yeah, well, like we said earlier, the leftovers I think are better than the original. They really are. So Jim, you are a busy guy, obviously. You cook turkey at your home. You have a great family. Why do you do this?
I feel, and Julie stated it, this is my way of giving back to Faribault. Again, as I said, originally I came out of Mendota Heights. In 1966, Mendota Heights didn't want any more farmers, so we moved on to Highway 19 by Lonsdale. And in 1999, I moved to where we are now. Our farm in Wheatland Township became a part of the city of Lonsdale, and there's a grocery store in that on the farm property. To me, this is a way, and again, as I said, look what this is. This is a complete volunteer. How more can you give back to a community, and the community, the number of people that come every year, and that it looks like the community appreciates it. So that's, as long as I'm healthy and physically able to do it, yeah, I'm here.
Nobody's making money off this.
No, it isn't. It isn't supposed to be.
Right. It's
I
all
mean, this is for the community.
Julie already said she's wanted to give back. I'm sure that's what Laura's.
Oh yes, yes, and even just because we kind of spearhead it, it's a bunch of people, and a lot of people. They give time, they give donations. It might be that the person that does the dishwashing of the dirty dishes, to the young people that help set the tables, to the main contributor to the 750 pounds of turkeys that we get.
I'm going to be totally honest. I don't do it to give back to the community. I do it because it's fun.
It is fun.
Every year I get to peel potatoes around the old garbage, garbage can with people I only see at that time.
Right. I think Jim and Gordy, you and I are really involved in the community, and on Thanksgiving Day, you see people only once a year that I'm not sure where they come from, but it doesn't matter. And you don't have to only be from Faribault. If you live in Kenyon or the surrounding KDHL area,
oh yeah, I've seen Morristown.
Come from Rochester. We'd love to have you, and you can volunteer. volunteer for 5 minutes and have a meal. Or you don't have to volunteer at all, or volunteer the whole time and don't cook. After all this, usually by noon on Thanksgiving Day, turkey doesn't quite hit my stomach because we've seen it a lot. But I have to admit, some people think Christmas is the best day of the year, or their birthday, or their wedding anniversary, or whatever. Thanksgiving Day is the best day of the year for me.
Really?
It's
your favorite holiday?
I can't say it's a favorite holiday. It's that community Thanksgiving dinner that makes my day the best day of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Jim? Is it your favorite holiday?
Yes, it is, and it's partially because of that. But the other, again, everybody that knows me, I'm a farmer, and this is what Thanksgiving is to look back and to thank the Lord, everything for the crops we've had.
Yep.
And of course, this year, we hit anything that was average, we hit it perfect. I mean,
jackpot.
I've been farming on my own since 1962, and this is the first year that I can look at and say, okay, we got, normally every year there is, well, this, we could have had this, or we had this, that. This year it was, if we needed rain, we got rain. I mean, the crop, everything, the Lord looked down on us this year, and so yeah, this is even special this year, is to look at what was produced and what we had, and so hopefully another year. But this is what, to me, this is what Thanksgiving is.
Yeah, thanking for the bountiful harvest.
Yes, and to share it.
And we've had a good one, as you said. You
Yeah.
still farm, Jim?
No, I rented out the farm in 2010. Patsy said when I turned 70, she said, that's it. There were two guys that did some custom farming for me, and they both said, if anytime you wanted to rent it, Jim, we'll rent it. So they've had it since 2010.
But you still watch and see how the crop's doing. Probably go out in the field and,
Yeah, I'm still in the shop, and I've slowed down, but
you can't get it out of your blood.
No, you can't. No.
Well, Julie, you're a farmer.
Oh yes, I got a lot of farm blood in me and in my heart too. So.
Yeah, you grew up on the farm.
Oh yes.
You still do some farming.
Yes, I like helping people on farms, and agriculture is the livelihood of many, many good friends of mine.
Oh, it's, salt of the earth people are farmers.
You bet.
So let's get into the schedule, if we could.
Sure.
If somebody wants to volunteer,
Mm-hmm.
here's the schedule.
Here's the following schedule for the dinner. We start out Tuesday, the 24th. We'll be cooking the turkeys. Everything happens at the American Legion, all that I will be saying. Our first shift, we usually do it at 8:30. We have a group, and anybody can come. We have cleaned the turkeys, we get them in the ovens, and then we have a second shift because we have about 700. We've increased the turkey amount this year to about 750 pounds. So, and that includes our lunch, our cold lunch sandwiches too. So from 1:30, so it's from 8:30 to 10:30. Then we have to go have a little break, and of course the turkeys got to do their cooking on their own.
Is it a half a pound per person? Are we talking 1,500 people here, or what?
Well, in the past we've served a good 1,200, and we certainly don't want to run out.
No.
So that's why every year we have increased it. I'm not sure. I have a notebook with me that we call the Bible.
Thick.
It's getting thicker every year, and so whoever something happens to me, or I chose to pass the Bible to somebody, I guarantee you the first paper that Jerry Halati wrote here, and I still have 3 pages of all different volunteers and their phone numbers, and I don't lose this.
Yeah. It's not on a computer. It's on.
No, well, Jerry says you can put it on computer, but keep the folder. So as far as the schedule, we do the turkey cooking on Tuesday morning, and then Wednesday is when the real action gets started. We start at 6 p.m. at the Legion. We carve the turkeys. We peel the potatoes, which is Gordy's favorite job. Last year we changed it. We set the table as well, one less thing to do on Thanksgiving Day. We also open up the vegetable cans. We've got cases of vegetables we open. We put the little cranberries. I mean, the meal is a full-fledged big Thanksgiving dinner. Make sure one thing, if you could bring your own peelers, that would be great. Then Thanksgiving Day, we get up and start at 7:30. If you can, we have kitchen helpers. I have to thank Jim is a big help in the kitchen. I don't want to keep naming other people because I'll miss them, but there's a lot of people in the kitchen. You have to be an adult to be in the kitchen, but if you're an adult and you have kids you want to help, we have lots of jobs outside the kitchen area that can help. They can serve meals, they can make sandwiches, lots of things.
Oh, we had a couple of kids peeling potatoes last year. They were great help.
Yeah, there's lots of things. So Thanksgiving Day at 7:30 kitchen help, and then 10:30 we start delivering meals. This year, just to make a note for all the meal delivery people, we are going to have it in the northwest corner of the ballroom area. More convenient, more efficient. So when you come and you want to deliver meals, park on that northwest corner. We're going to have a designated area, so you just have to hop in. And if you would like, we have boxes, but feel free to bring a cardboard box,
Sure.
a laundry basket, something simple to carry your meals. We try to designate maybe 2 houses at a time in that same area because we certainly want the meals to be delivered hot. We are serving the meal at the Legion from 11 to 2 p.m. It's a sit-down, white linen meal, and then, of course, maybe not the favorite job, but it's one of those jobs that needs to get done. We have cleanup from about 2 to 3, but it's one of those things everybody pitches in, and you come Thanksgiving morning, nice linens and everything. By 3 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day, we got the tables rolled up, and it's just one flat room.
Now, you mentioned that it's a sit-down, so you're waited on.
You're waited on by youth, adults. We've had
This
fire
isn't
department come.
It's not cafeteria.
It's not cafeteria style. It's a sit-down, turkey, potatoes, dressing. If you don't care for dressing, just tell your server no dressing or no gravy. We meet the needs, and you know, if you're still a little bit hungry and you need a little more turkey, you just tell that waitress, he or she'll take care of you.
What sort of a response do you get from the community, Julie? Is most of the food donated?
Everything is donated. My heart just pitter-patters fast because people come to us. Once the word gets out, oh, we're going to do it. And of course, with being agriculture oriented, when the whole bird flu and everything, people started to talk, was it in May, June? We're going to have Thanksgiving dinner. And of course, growing up on hog farm, I said, if there's no turkeys, we'll have pork then.
Yeah,
Don't worry, we're going to have something. It's not going to be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We're going to have a sit-down, good meal. So thank goodness we have product. Everything is donated, from the potatoes to the cranberries. This year, we'll have pumpkin pie, traditionally pumpkin pie, but we're also, instead of cookie choice, we're going to have cupcakes. So, and if you need one of each, don't worry, we'll meet the needs of your sugar intake.
All right.
Everything, it's everything. I mean, and one neat little thing, and I have to thank Laura, she's really involved with the Girl Scouts, is we maybe it's been 3-4 years now, they made placemats. And the younger people, they color, and I'll tell you, there's some cute sayings they have on there. Now the schools wanted to get involved last year, so Laura works with the schools. We have placemats are individually designed as well. So we're not paper plates and plastic silverware. It's #1 for the community of Faribault. That's what we can do for them.
Yeah, that's just a very special event, obviously. And again, it's next week.
It's next week. It starts Tuesday with cooking. In fact, I have to say, yesterday we picked up the turkeys. They were frozen, so we have them in the cooler, and they're being thawed, and things are going to be hopping.
So how many people do you need to cook turkeys, Jim? You don't want the kitchen to be too crowded, do you? Or?
Well, there's enough work that you can use anybody
Okay,
that comes
just show
in.
up.
Yeah, because you've got you're making again, we've got volunteers that have come back every year to mash the potatoes. We have a young man that comes, and he's done the dressing for several years. The big thing that comes up is getting ready to do the serving. At that point, you need people that men and that can carry the container, can carry the pots and that. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of things that can be done. To say an amount, I just say anybody that wants to help, come on in, and we'll find something.
Well, you know, last year I did more than just peel potatoes.
Sure.
And I cut up potatoes after peeling potatoes, and we opened those big cans of veggies, and got
Yep,
them all
and
prepared.
we have young people. Wednesday night it starts at 6 o'clock, and it's amazing. this year we literally, instead of 6 to 8, we said 6 o'clock. We'll start at 6 because it's amazing. More hands, less work, and it's fun. It is really fun. If we explain it to people that have never been involved, they're like, oh, I don't know, what if you don't get enough people? And I have to say, I've never been nervous about what if we don't get people, because people come.
Yeah, you'll get people.
And it's grateful, and there's a job for everybody.
In fact, Jim, before he went, and got promoted to the turkeys, he was on our peeling potatoes.
Yeah.
You were in the garbage can with me, Steve Tweehoff. In fact, when I saw Steve this summer when he was getting ready to close, I went up to, I asked him, I said, you going to be peeling potatoes with it? Nah, I'm heading over to Arizona.
I was going to say,
wait a week to go to Arizona.
And the thing, and I guess our thing too is we do have some lead people like Jim with the turkeys, and we got the mashed potato maker. He knows who he is, and we got the dressing person and the serving people. And do we know if everybody's coming? No, but you know what? If they come, wonderful, and if they don't, that's okay, because we got another hand waiting to get help.
Well, I can't believe how this is going in terms of volunteers, because I mean, we used to literally have maybe a half dozen people peeling 300 pounds of potatoes.
Yep.
And we served, I believe, I was not here, but the first year in 1986, I believe it started, yes. They had 333 people they served. Now we serve over 1,200. We have a meal service, as far as Meals on Wheels, if that's what you want to call it. One thing, excuse me, to note too on our service is, if you would like a meal delivered between now and Wednesday, you can call the Faribault Area Senior Center, tell them you would like how many meals, what your address is, and their phone number is 507-332-7357, and I believe they're open from 8 till 4 p.m. And call them. Then after Wednesday, a week from yesterday, say, the weather might be bad, but we're going to have a beautiful day. I guarantee it. We're already talking to the big guy up there, and he's been very grateful for all these donations from all the businesses, and individuals have even came up to us and said, hey, I want to help you. Where can I help you financially, or want to donate some pies or whatever? It's been great. You can call the American Legion the day of the dinner, and give me 2 seconds, and I'll get you that number.
Sure. 2 seconds.
2001. And it's just important that people realize that, come on down just for socializing. Maybe your loved one, I consider, look at the people in the crowd the day of it, and it's like, well, where are their kids? It's an older couple. Why wouldn't you be with your kids? Maybe they're not coming till the weekend. Maybe they decided to go to their other side of the family. So,
you never know.
Exactly. When you shut off your phone, and then you start it up, and you're watching, it takes a little while. But call the American Legion, and they will take a number. We have a gentleman, and he's done it for a long, long time in regards to taking your number and let us know how many meals, and that would be great. And under the alphabet, A would be under American Legion.
That would certainly be under, or F for Faribault American Legion.
Oh my goodness, don't be putting pressure on me.
But anyway, I was just going to relate while you're looking for that. I delivered meals for the last number of years, and last year, I swear, I delivered 5 or 6 meals, and every single person gave me some money to donate for the meal. That, of course, goes to the food shelves, right?
Correct.
So that's the other benefit.
Right. We have we have 2 containers at each door. So we just ask for a cash donation. If you want to come, put in some coins, or put in a couple dollars, put in a check. If you want to write a check and donate it, we have our funds going through the Faribault Foundation.
That's who I write the check to.
You can write the check to the Faribault Foundation.
In the memo pad, put Thanksgiving dinner.
Thanksgiving dinner, yes. And we do receive donations, because every year we try to do something different, a little bit bigger, a little bit better. We have had one request this year. We're not sure. We might see if we can get it. The Macy's Thanksgiving Parade is a big thing for people. We're thinking, do we want to have TV down there? But I said, this year, not, but maybe next year. But going back to the American Legion's phone number, it is 507-334-8784. So you give them a call Thanksgiving Day. Maybe your plans have changed. Maybe you don't feel real well. Your spouse doesn't feel well. We'll deliver a meal for you. Even if it's 1, or you have a family of 4. We have no restrictions. We want people to come. If you can't come, we'll come to you.
Mel, is neat visiting with some of the people. I would deliver a meal to you. Maybe it may have been an elderly lady. I
Sure.
think of one specifically. I'm not gonna, of course,
Yeah.
say where she lives or anything, but she just needed somebody to visit with.
Yep. And that's a lot of things with this too. You think, boy, do we really need to have all this food and all these things? But, you know, we have people in our community, or if we'll go to Morristown if they really need one in Morristown or Norfolk, wherever, and they might not have loved ones. Maybe it's an individual and they don't have a lot of family. And it's Thanksgiving Day and that might be the only person, you know?
And that's how all this started, Jim.
Yeah.
The Halatis both lost their fathers within weeks of Thanksgiving.
Right.
And they didn't want to be alone, so they started the community Thanksgiving dinner, and of course it's been
Keeps
happening
going.
ever since.
Yep. And I hope it lasts a long time, even if Jim and I and whoever else really isn't a part of it, that this Bible will go to the next person.
As Jerry and Mel have said to me many times through the years, that they never thought that it would get this big and last this long. This is a real compliment again to the community of Faribault for volunteering and for putting this on, and to realize this dinner is for everyone everyone here around Faribault.
Yeah.
All you got to do is come.
Bring your family down if you want to volunteer. If you don't want to, I just have one little short story. Shattuck, of course, is a very important part of our Faribault community, and there was a young family that the weather wasn't good and they couldn't get back. They lived out of state, so the dad and the mom and the two kids came down and helped with sandwiches, and maybe middle school age. And next year came and they asked that the young boy, he wanted to come back and make them sandwiches. So they come every year. It's been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
They live, I believe, in California, if I remember right. But yeah, they come every year.
Their son is in
hockey.
Was in hockey here at
And
Shattuck, and that we've had not only that couple, but we've had a couple of women who are up here living because of their sons in Shattuck, and they have come down on Wednesdays and that because the one told me that they don't fly back until Thanksgiving morning to California because it's easier on the air flight and that.
All right, well, thanks for coming in. Certainly appreciate it. Again, that's next week, folks. We'll have more details on our website, too. If you didn't catch all the times, that'll be on our website.